Celestial Gates. I am Celestial Earth Energy Alchemist, and I am helping those of us who want to alchemize. And you know what? A good question came up while I was taking this break before I came back. A good message came up about those of us who are alchemizing and to the degree in which we alchemize. And this is why I share what it is that I do. And I had found myself telling this person, this is why I talk about removing wounds, because the only way to clear the densities is to remove the wounds. Exhume your wounds. That makes your processor more compatible with the fifth dimension. And as I was explaining to them, that's the difference. Some of us are processing quicker than the other. Some of us can alchemize a little bit quicker than the other. And the difference in that, what allows you to be a quicker alchemist, for you to be able to alchemize things that are hitting us like this. The frequencies are turning up, the acceleration is coming through. What is it that you are going to do? What is your intel? And this is what the detox to detach is. This is what the even the full moon work that I do quarterly gives you an opportunity to go within, open and unlock your soul codes. You tap into your subconscious mind where you can extract the things that you're hiding from yourself all the time. Right? So these are the things that we go in the workshop and do. So when people be missing the workshop, it's not just a regular course, y'all. I'm not even finna lie. Anybody that come in it, they know. They were just saying that last night. Like this is beyond the wealth of information that you get, the evolution, the downloads that come while we're in there, on spot downloads that are coming through while we're in there, right? So, all right, bots started already. The bots are coming through. Like, and that's another thing I had to look at today. All of the minions are coming out now. I never had this many minions on my page, right? And I'm talking about YouTube. TikTok is fine. All the true ones be coming through TikTok. If they not here, if they not for this, they just exit. Like, they don't be about the shits. But YouTube been cutting up with all kind of minions, and this is how I know that it's next level ish right now, because you see, whenever you're about, and this is for whoever this is for, whenever you're about to do that, ascend to that next level, the minions start coming out to block you, to stop you, because you're getting closer to where they don't want you to be. You are about to do something different on your timeline, and you're opening up other people's timelines. You're opening up portals for other people. You're being a major portal of light, and that's what they hate worse than you amplifying the light grid for yourself. What's worse than that is you doing it for others, you opening that doorway for others. So they unleash the minions. I don't know how many of y'all seen Demon, what do they call it? A lot of children was watching it. Demon Slayer, Demon, whatever it is, with the dang, these kids won't go inside, and it's raining, y'all, and they still out here. These be the little nigglets and the distractions. Oh, my God. But Demon, I can't remember, but some of y'all may know, especially if you have children. And the one that got the song, "We're going up, 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 it's our moment." I know we done heard it all over if you got children. But if you remember, there's a part of that movie when they unleashed the minions. Like, they just let them rip. Because they were getting closer to understanding what it is they're supposed to really be doing. Something about the I'm going to call it the vibratory field, but I believe in the movie they call it the harmonics, because whatever they did, it was help to lift and raise the vibration of the harmonics. When they sing, whenever they sing and they get the crowds vibrating on that vibration of what they do, it raises the grid, it raises the harmonics. So because they were still doing that and they couldn't be stopped, and more and more of the harmonics were raising on a higher degree, then they unleashed a whole bunch of demons on them. That's kind of like what's happening now, particularly all the minions that coming out here now. Some of y'all on YouTube been seeing them. They just been coming out the woodworks. Because why? We're on next level ish right here, and this is how you know when you're on the brink of a major shift. I'm not even gonna say a breakthrough, but breakthroughs do help shift you. But this is a major shift. We are being sifted to shift. And as I was saying earlier today, this is an integration for the new beginning. That's how I was getting the message radiating out of the dream. This is a message for the new beginning, right? Hi, my local. Okay, I'm not gonna pay attention to that. All right, let me see who else is here. Drop a 144 in the chat. Do I got the 144 in here? Let me see. Where the 144 at? Drop a 144 in the chat. Because we going to talk about this. Walking through the halls of Amenti. Getting ready for the 8-8 Lionsgate. And we're doing an activation transmission on the 8-8 Lionsgate. And that's free to everybody, as I've been saying. But you got to, like I said earlier today, the potency of that transmission is going to be dependent on what you are in, how you've been integrating with the light grid. How have you been integrating with the light codes that have been streaming through since we pretty much entered this second trimester of the 9-month gestation? What am I talking about? This season, let me call it a season, the summer seasons. Ever since summer solstice, we were getting hit with extreme light codes. Y'all see the intensity of this heat? The sun is not playing with us. And those who can't take the heat got to get the hell up out the kitchen. Those who can't take the heat, and we're not just talking about hot heat waves. We're talking about the heat of the information that is coming that they can't take because they can't process the information. Which brings me to what I was saying earlier. Thank you. There's the 144. Where the 144 at? Right? That's what I was talking about. Fire is an energy that is short-lived, but if used, hold on, come back here, comment. But if used right, can be the motivation we need to get started. Exactly. That's why fire represents the direction of going north, because fire ignites and sends you, and it lights the path for where you are to go. So when you get fired up, we get fired up, right? It also helps us to sift out things, right? It purifies. Some of us got to go through the fire to be purified. So the fire does a couple of things. So we need this fire right now, and the fire is fueling us right now to create. The fire of Leo, we are in such a huge energy of create. And I'm seeing the number 8. There's my 8. Let me get an 8-8. Let me get an 8-8 for the 8-8 Lionsgate way that we are in. Not one day, a gateway. We are walking through the halls of Amenti. I'm going to talk to you about it in the way that it is supposed to be. This is not just spiritual hoo-ha. You know, some people are new and they hear these things and knew. I once was, and I just thought, oh, 8-8 Lionsgate. When you get deeper into your spiritual awareness or spiritual awakening, you know, when you connect to the cosmos and time, and you are returning to the true timeline, you know that these are not just coincidences and happenings according to the stars. These are alignments for you to know who you are, where you are, what you are, and what you should be doing. These are marking points and aligning you up and saying it's time to walk through the halls of Amenti. There's a specific time of the year. It's time to walk through the Sirius gateway. There are certain things that are happening that it is for a reason to prepare us for certain upgrades. There are certain gateways and vortices because they are preparing us for a particular upgrade, a particular what I call energetic hotspots. And the way you get the upgrade is determined by how you can process the light codes, by what you are choosing to do with the light codes, right? Ashe, let me see. Hey, how you doing? Welcome in. Carrie, welcome in. 144, there's the 144. Abundant greetings. Welcome in, Divine. I see you. 88, that's those of you who are in alignment with the 8-8 Lions Gateway. And so this detox or detach that I'm doing, it starts tomorrow. This is what I'm offering for those who are ready to help amplify and prepare their souls and release from what you are to release from. All right, this is where we are able to, I don't know if I touched something, but my apologies. Y'all know I'm me in the tech. I might have touched something. But this is where we are preparing, we are fortifying our bodies, our mind-body complex for the update of the 8-8 Lions Gateway. And how you walk through the halls of Amenti determines what you are going to embody on the 8-8. the 8-8 gateway. That is the peak within the gateway because it goes all the way up to the 12th. This particular gateway, it's like it opened up from moon to moon. It's usually the end of July to about August 12th. And so this one particularly had its opening officially from the full moon to the new moon that is going to be on the 12th. And the full moon was on the 29th. So the 29th, this full moon really cracked it open. And it's time to walk down those halls. And so this is what we're in now, in the halls of Amenti. Greatness, greatness. So the halls of Amenti is where we are walking down these hallway of mirrors that are giving us a distorted version of the illusions. And it's for us to recognize the distortions and break these illusions so that by the time we get, to the end of the hall, so to speak, you have broken away all or most of the illusions that you can have. It's like an extreme ego death. This halls of Amenti kind of represents or prepares you for the war between the battle between the Heru and the Set in you. The Heru is your super conscious, your Christ conscious, the hero in you, for those who know that Heru story. And the battle with Set is the Set is your misappropriated ego in you that you have not been paying attention to, that has created all its narratives and all of its illusions. I don't care what it is. This is why I say we got to be willing to look at ourselves and not the excuses. This is not the time to play the victim, no matter what has happened to you, because the ego is hardwired to protect. So when we have wounds, the ego automatically protects no matter what. It spins a narrative no matter what. And we will honestly think we're right because we got a wound. And a mature spirit has to recognize now that it doesn't matter what wound you have. That's how and I'm just sharing with y'all like this is how I do my deep spiritual work. I don't care what the wound is. You have to take a harsh look in the mirror and say, yes, this was done to you, but that doesn't mean you get to keep this wound anymore. The wound has got you blocked up. The wound has got you making an excuse for keeping this illusion of a story just to keep you safe. It's time to rattle that nerve and not try to be so safe all the damn time. This is not about being comfortable. And I don't mean safe in the way of the root chakra, because the root chakra is about feeling safe in your body, in your abundance, in your life, world, and affairs. It's about knowing that is key for the root chakra. But I'm talking about that scary part of you that can't face the wound or can't dismantle this illusion, this protective bubble illusion, because you are afraid of feeling the wound. Right? It says the live is glitching. Let me know if it's still glitching, you all. I sent an email regarding the detox and the calendar. Okay, thank you for letting me know. I'm going to check it out. I was out today and I didn't get to go back to it, so I'm going to definitely check it out tonight, either before I go into workshop or after. This is the last day of the workshop, and we really cut through some stuff with this workshop. This is a workshop this is one to be had, and to help those who may have if you had a north node, if you have a natal nodes in Leo and Aquarius, this would have been very beneficial for you. But I may do a video about the nodes, just so people kind of understand what's happening with the nodes and how it affects you, how it applies to us, and where we're going in this next part of the true timeline, into the Aquarian age and into the fifth dimension. Right? But this is important for us to integrate these codes, for us to take in light codes. I'm telling you why the detox is so important. This is not just about food, but at the same time, food is information. So what you are informing your body of is what's going to help you acclimate to the light codes. It's going to help you integrate with the light codes, or help integrate the light codes with you. So light codes are streaming in and beaming in, but it can only come through successfully and effortlessly, and I want to say most effectively, if you do not have resistance in your wiring. We are conduits of light. We are portals of light. What is your portal filled with? Right? Is it a clear channel, or does it have blots and spots of resistance because of your wounds and the densities that you live in, the lower densities? And a lot of times people don't know they're there unless they do the work. We are in this space now. Not everybody in the spiritual community is shifting, sifting out and shifting to this next level at this particular time. Not because you have information. Information alone is not going to get it. This is about embodiment and how you embody the light codes, which means how you are experiencing your life. What is happening and how you are experiencing it determines how you have embodied it. So, this is the experience that teaches wisdom. This is the experience that gets you into your wisdom. This is all about the crown chakra, right? Good day, good day. Welcome in. Welcome in. Tap the heart, share the live so that others that are on our frequency can get it, right? Can get the light codes. So earlier I was saying today that I would touch base with you all on what is happening in the bloodline. I remember saying that the bloodline is boiling. I've been saying that. Those of you who are really going to the next level and we're really experiencing that timeline death, like this is a timeline that really just collapsed, and it's death to that old you. The you as you know it and the you as they know it. And so what's happening in some of the families is because you are really quantum leaping this particular timeline and you're really literally shifting out where they cannot reach you anymore. You're less accessible. You're less unreachable, so they can't really attach themselves to you, and they're mad at that. They're mad at that. It's boiling within them. They're seething. So there's a lot of disgruntledness in the bloodline, put it that way, and they can't stand you. And some of you may think, so what I want to say too is don't be fooled by them smiling with you and saying it's okay. Let me turn on this light. Bright light, bright light. Don't be fooled by them smiling with you and say, oh, it's okay. We love you as you are. We accept this. No, the hell they don't. They don't, and it's a lie, and it's going to mess them up, and it's going to mess you up. So this is why we got to, for right now, when I say keep our distance, I don't mean we can't see them, but we have to reconform, or whatever the word is. I don't think it's that word that I'm looking for, but we got to change how we're interacting with them. Because the you that they knew, that's null and void, that's dead and gone. It's not here no more. It is not here no more. And I want us to really get that. If those of you who are really transcending to the next timeline and you really know what I'm talking about, you have felt this, particularly within the past month. July, the last month of Cancer, I want to say, because I'm going to call it according to the true timeline. Right now, we're in the month of Leo. Last month, when we were in the month of Cancer, we was really getting shaken out of our place, taken out of our place, right? Let me put this down here. We were really getting taken out for such a time as this, separating yourself from old associations that no longer serve you, because it is time to shift and move. It is time to be a part of the sifting, right? Let me see what if I've missed anything else. What if you live with them? Oh, that's a good question. I think we talked about that too the other night, because I was like, some of them live with you. Like some of us are cutting people off, right? Even though we may still see them. I don't mean cutting them off in vengeance. I mean with love and light, understanding you're where you are, I'm where I am, but we can't be integrating right now. You fucking up my light codes, right? And I'm messing up stuff for you too. Because the more that we amplify on the light grid, we mess up things for them. It's even dangerous to be around them because your light shatters the ground, the foundations that they're walking on. Your light exposes the darkness, the wounds, the demons, and it shakes up inside of them. It causes problems in their life, world, and affairs. So it's best to kind of stay out of their way. So some of us have been, cutting off, we might have left the job. We might have left some old friend circles. We may have left some extended family, but what if you live with them? What about those children? Because this is what we were talking about. And I was saying, y'all, we got to understand that the children will be weaponized against you too. Wherever there are people that are engaging in their wounds instead of facing their wounds and transmuting them and alchemizing them, if they're not able to do that, then their wounds will become an open portal for an attack, right? For a demonic attack. And yes, it will be your children. It will be your spouse. It will be your, some of you may have older children right now and they fighting the hell out of you. How dare you come with this light? How dare you come with this light of yours that is exposing? So we don't want to do this, because a lot of your children may also still be tethered to family members. This is why I don't send my children to family functions. No, you cannot have my children. No, you cannot take them to nobody's birthday party. No, they cannot come to your house. No, I don't care what it is. I'm not playing with that no more. I did that for you see, within the last year, y'all, I got so serious within the last year. Probably within the last 2 years, but really within the last year, and particularly, especially within this 9-month window, after the energetic seal of Third Eye Atlas leaving our inner planets. After that, I don't care what they say about me. I don't care what's going on. I don't care who birthday it is. I don't care who wedding it is. I don't care who funeral it is. I'm not playing out here in these 3D streets. This is how serious we got to be. And we needed to be shown some things. That's why some people getting their feelings hurt, because you needed to step away from that family member, those family members in the bloodline that are not wanting to shift and sift. We can't make them, but that we need to drift. We need to get away. Stop intermingling in that way. High and by. Treat them like how you would treat an associate and a stranger on the street. I'm not saying being mean to them. Just, hey, hello, how you doing? Everything good? It all good in love? Yeah. But when it comes to, let's go to a birthday party together. No, ma'am, no spam, no ham. No. Let's bring our kids together. No. You're under a different prism and principles. I got to take care of the timeline that I'm in. We are in a 9-month gestation window since then. From Aries, from the month of Aries to the month of Sagittarius. That's 9 months. Sagittarius is the 9th month. That's why they say it's the 9th house. It's the 9th house because it's the 9th month. Aries is the first house because it's the first month. At least I remind you all of the 5D calendar. For those of you who may be new to here, welcome in. I am Celestial Earth, an energy alchemist, and I alchemize in many ways, and this is one of them. This is the calendar, the 5D calendar that we're on now. Oh, I forgot to do I know it's backwards, y'all. I was supposed to do a calendar a thing where I could flip the mirror. But this is the month of Leo. We are in the 5th month right now, what they would call the 5th house. This is why you got to get you one. If you ain't got one right now, get you a 5D calendar. If you don't even come into none of the workshops, get you a 5D calendar. And this is not just a regular I know the date calendar. It has the vortexes, it has the portals, it has 8-8 where's the 8-8 Lionsgate? Here we go. 8-8 Lionsgate, right here it tells you 8-8. All of these alignments are in here. The galactic new year was right here on the 26th, but the 4th day of Leo, like, get you the tools that's going to help you get on the true timeline. So anyhow, as I said, within these 9 months, I am, you know how you take care of a baby when a woman is 9 months pregnant, she takes care of that. This is what we have to do. We are birthing the new earth. We're not waiting on the new earth. We are a part of it. Those of us who know. I've been working on this light grid activation since 2022 as a 5D pioneer, shifting and sifting and knowing and explaining to those that there is we're shifting the timelines by you doing your work, by you doing your shadow work, your soul work. We're lighting up on the light grid, and the more of us that do it, the more we shift the timelines. We're not waiting on 5D to come in. It's not a location. It is a state of consciousness that we are shifting into. The planet is already officially in the fifth dimension. Now that means that light codes that are coming through are of fifth density light. Where can I buy one? You can email me. You get right here from me. I've co-created these calendars. This is the third one. You can order them from me on. You can email me, or you can go to my page. I have my Zelle. If you just want to do it right away, you can Zelle me straight. You can Cash App me. My Cash App is there. It's Cosmic Earth 144. If you Cash App me, you're gonna have to email me to send me your address so I can email it to you. So I can mail it to you. I mean, so. And I'm thinking about emailing it, but if you want the hard cover, I have to mail it to you. And that may make the price difference as well if you want me, because if I have to mail it to you, I got to pay for shipping and handling, so it is more. And I know some people have asked me about it, and I notice when I say how much it is or whatever, I don't hear back from them, and it's like, okay, they'll come around in due time, because most people that do have this, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you could sell this for more, because they see the value in it. This is not just a regular calendar. It's a tool. It's shifting you. It's helping you to shift. So I do them. It's 27, but because I have to ship them out or mail them out, it's 36. So for me to mail out the hard copy is 36. For you to get the emailed version, and then I guess if you want to print it out, you could do that. It's 27. Then I don't have to mail it out. All right. So you can get them from me. You can email me if you want to, or you can just Zelle and put your address in the memo. If you Zelle, you can use my email, and that's akilatextry@gmail.com. It's on my page, so you can go there. Let me see. Who else? Gotcha. Okay, you got it. Cool. All right. So as I was saying, while we're in this 9-month window, right? This is not the time to be playing around. Right? This is not the time to be playing around, basically, is what I could say. So don't send your people out. So yes, living with them faithfully, I answered that question. If you live with them, we got to just do different things. I'm on mines all the time. I got children. I teach my children. I'm in a 5D household. My house is 5D proof. So they know when they cutting up, they know when they acting up, when they in their wounds, we eradicate that quickly. Let's get this demon up out of here. Oh, you in your feelings? Oh, you finna let a demon up in here? No, ma'am, no spam, no ham. Let's go. Let's get to it. This is how I work through things, because you got to let them know. You got to be aware of it, and you got to let them know so that they're aware of it. Just like I got to check myself when a wound comes up. I got to say, where this wound coming from? Because if you leave that wound, you allow the demon to consume. It's just that simple. So for those that may thinking, well, I'm not a demon. I ain't got no demons in me. Let me ask you one question. Do you got some wounds? Let's be real. Let's be honest. If you got some wounds, you got some demons to exhume. And that's just the truth of the matter. Your job then is to continue to find these wounds and remove them, work through them, face them, process the emotions. This is why a lot of people don't like to feel. We have to process the emotions, and this is what the detox to detach is going to be about. This is why we're detoxing foods, because as I said earlier today, Dr. Umar pointed that out very clearly. A lot of people eat to block themselves from feeling, because when your body is so busy processing food, you don't have to process information, even though food is information. You're just processing a different type of information. But we eat a lot of the times, whether we're depressed eating, regular eating, when you feel for something and you just think, well, I just felt for that. Not if you go into your consciousness and you check. And these are things that we go over in the detox to detach. When you go in, we talk about how to look at your emotions instead of your craving. Right? It's not a strict detox where you got to be beating on yourself like, oh my God, I shouldn't have ate that. I ate. No, I always say to those in the group, what did you eat? They're like, oh, today was like, okay, why did you eat it? We process it together right then and there. Did you realize what you were feeling? Okay, so you felt for this particular thing because you did not address it here. There's something going on in your consciousness that you did not address. See, our body talks to us. The body keeps the score. We have to have a communication with our mind-body complex. What is it that I was feeling? What was going on around me? Why all of a sudden I just felt for this sweet, these chocolates? Because sweets means that you are dealing with some kind of depression. You are depressing something, because all depression is suppressed anger. Suppressed and repressed anger. And these are the things, I'm not going to go too deep in it here, because a lot of times spirit is like, I just be giving so much, and then you think you got it. And it goes even deeper than that. This is what we do in the detox to detach. We go deeper into this. We have the time to do so. And then people can practice it in their everyday lives while we're in the detox. This is not just about only the foods. It's about you looking at how the foods are speaking to your body, and how the cravings are an inclination that an emotion is out of whack. Thank you for the hearts. It's energy in motion. This is about you getting in touch with your emotional body. This is teaching you how to listen through the sensations. You are extracting the information through the sensations. What are you feeling? How are you feeling? That is determining, that is how you're processing things. And like I said, as Dr. Umar said, not that it's coming from him, he was talking about how studies show. And he's very right. When you are eating, your body is so busy focusing on that, processing the food, it does not have to process the feeling. We run from our feelings. We don't want to feel our feelings. And that is what keeps us running and you're running away. 12-12, that's what I'm talking about. I'm seeing the numbers 12-12. It's a cyclical completion to a cyclical completion. That's the 144. Can I get a Ashe? Drop a 144 in the chat. That just confirmed it. 144 is a cyclical completion times a cyclical completion. It is a frequency, not a number of people. It is a frequency, not a number of people. That's why I say the 144 ascendance. It is the cyclical completion times a cyclical completion, and it holds the code of a spiritual completion, because 144 is a 9. 9 is a spiritual completion. So it is both the spiritual completion and the cyclical completion times a cyclical completion. It is 12 squared. It is cyclical completion squared. And all a cyclical completion is the spiritual completion, the 9, right? Which means all the work that you have done moving through the dimensions of your mind, because the dimensions of the mind are the infinite 9. When you go through the 9, then there is a rest state. That rest state, that reset state, is the integration state. That's you actually integrating what you have been working through those 9 dimensions. Then there is a 3 more. 9 plus 3 is 12. So the first 9 months, Aries to Sagittarius, is like the working states of our consciousness through the stars, through the all of this is very intrinsic and integrated. It's not separate. It's not out there. The stars out there are the stars in here, and it's all working together, right? So the 1 through 9 is your working, as you've worked through the dimensions, the spiritual completion that got you to Sagittarius, and then Sagittarius points its arrow to the galactic center. That is your completion through the stars of what you have worked through time. And then after that, after Sagittarius, there are 3 more months. That's the winter season. That's Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. That is the winter season. That is the state of rest and reset. That is the respiriting season, where now all the work that you have done, now that you have reached this point where you are aligned with the galactic center, Mama Universe, that is you connecting from here on earth all the way through by what you do, if you have aligned in that way. Because a lot of us miss that alignment because we get distracted. with all the holidays and stuff. Do you know that around the same time that we're supposed to align intentionally through Sagittarius with the galactic center, do you know that at that same time, guess what distraction is happening? Let me see who with me right now. Let me see who's following along. If I'm saying Sagittarius is the month that we are supposed to align by the end of Sagittarius around the 27th degree, which is the 27th day of Sagittarius, we are supposed to align. What can you tell me? Let me see who paying attention to this. Can you tell me what holiday is happening around that time that is a great distraction? Let me see what y'all know. Yep, knowledge born Ashe. There go to 144s. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see. Anybody? What is happening around the month of Sagittarius? What's the major distraction? I know some people may not even want to say it. Sometimes some of y'all may know, but it's like you hiding it from yourself because it's a part of you that don't even want to say it, don't want to let go of it. I just saw the lightning. Lightning's up. Right? My ancestors told me to no longer add rum to their coffee. Ashe, stop putting that rum in there. They don't want it in there. Let me see who knows the holiday. Nobody don't know the holiday? What holiday is around Sagittarius, y'all? I know somebody know. One of the 144 must know this. What holiday is around the month of Sagittarius? Think about where Sagittarius is. Are there any Sagittarians in here that know what's happening around that time? Okay. Thanksgiving is the beginning of Sagittarius. So that is one. That is one major distraction. You right. There's two. It's a double up. There are two major distractions. So you right. Thanksgiving is one of them. What's the other one? There we go. Christmas. Somebody talk to me now. And somebody says solstice. But guess what? The solstice is the alignment. We are supposed to be working with the winter solstice. The winter solstice is another key factor, another key point in being aligned with the true time. It is another pivotal seasonal point. We are, instead of Christmas, we're supposed to be paying attention to the winter solstice. That's when they say the sun died in 3 days and rose, because the winter solstice is about the sun being still, and it is when it is the darkest night. So it is said that the sun, the way our ancient ones saw it back then, the sun is still in the parts of the sun, the parts of the skies where we have the least amount of sun. So the darkest of the skies. So it is when the sun is said to have died and then rose in 3 days. Why? Because in 3 days of the winter solstice, the sun begins to move again. This is not just about what the sun is doing. This is about an alignment again. So that's another main portal alignment for us that we are missing. Many people don't even pay attention to the winter solstice in that way. Some of us who may have spiritual, connections, we may say, well, we meditate, we do meditations. You may see some meditations come up on YouTube and things like that. Oh yeah, I know about the winter solstice, but do we embody it? Do we know how to utilize the winter solstice with our soul? Do we know how to align with this alignment? It's another portaling time that we're supposed to do that prepares us for this connection into the galactic center, into Mama Universe, that wraps up Sagittarius, which is actually right around that time. That is happening at the same time, because it's at the end of Sagittarius that we're in that alignment, and then there is the winter solstice, which actually opens up Capricorn. So these are alignments that we don't even get. Like, I don't know how many people feel this, but I felt robbed when I found this out, when I got this information, when I embodied this information, because I was celebrating the solstice for a couple of years, but at a more surface level. I didn't know the depth of it. When I found out the depth of it, y'all, hey, I felt so robbed. Like, oh my God, all this time, this was a moment in time for us to amplify. And they completely eclipse us from our connection to the galactic center, from our connection to Mama Universe. Every year, it is the ninth month. It is the spiritual completion of how we have been moving through the dimensions in our mind, through the ascension in time. We've been missing that. So, this is why I say it's important that we know these energetic points. Like right now, bringing me back to the 8-8 gateway. How many of us know how to utilize the gateway, how to align with the gateway in a deep truth that is helping you unlock things in your mind, unlock codes in your mind. It's helping you to integrate light codes at this point in time. This is not a joke. I'm talking about the 9. I see 9 of you right there. That's a spiritual completion right there. That is a spiritual 9. Ashe. And so there is a lot that we are ascending through into, and I want to bring this home, because I was saying it earlier. And I want to really tie this in about help, like letting us really understand the light integration and how we process the light as we are conduits of light. And as I said earlier, imagine there's all these points of resistance in your conduit, in your vessel. There's not a pure flowing, light. Light can't just freely flow through you because it has to stop at every resistance point that you have inside of you, right? And I'm talking mentally, spiritually, mental, emotionally, spiritually. In your consciousness, there are these resistance. Anywhere that you have wounds, there's going to be these different major points of resistance. Plus, this is in the mind, right? Plus, in the body, you are physically, literally having blocks because of what you are eating, because the foods are telling your body one thing. The foods are creating a little bit of a blockage and delay in your body for the light codes to come through. So if you're eating foods, remember what I said earlier, the body has to process food. This is why the detox is so important. The body has to break it down. And if it's so busy breaking that down, how is it going to break down the light codes? So therefore, you delay your process in light code integration just by the foods that you're eating. You delay the light codes in your integration just by ignoring the sensation, the emotions that you are supposed to be feeling. But instead of feeling them, you're eating them. Whether you're depressed or not, you're eating so that the body is working on eating, so it has no room or less room. See, what I'm talking about is giving your body, your mind-body complex, a bigger probability and possibility in light code integration, giving you a better charge in light code integration. That's what this is about. And so when we're walking through the halls of Amenti, this is why it's important to detox while walking through. So as I'm doing this detox and detach, I'm telling you, you may really want to tap in. And as I said, this is whatever you all want to give. Whatever you want to give, I don't have a price on this. This is you donating because you're tithing for yourself. You're investing in yourself. You're opening up a doorway for yourself. So if you're even having problem with abundance right now, this is also opening your doorway because you're sowing a seed. And I'm not talking about in church kind of way. I'm not talking about how they be trying to pull stuff up out of you out of church. I'm really talking about open the pathway of giving and receiving, opening your pathway of abundance, because you tap into the law of reciprocity. You are tapping into the law of giving and receiving, and most importantly, you're removing lack and limitation out of your mind by knowing that with all faith that you have abundance of everything you need anyway. So you're not looking at lack and limitation to say, oh well, I can't do that. No, you're saying, I'm tapping into that. I'm saying yes to that. When you say yes to the universe says yes to you. So whatever it is you want to donate, that gets you in for the detox to detach. The activation is completely free. But like I said, that depends on what you put in. And the detox of detach is helping you get that done. Hell, if you was in the workshop, you already in a better position, because we already did soul unfolding shadow work in these past 7 days for those of us who've been in the workshop. And there's already been a shift and sift and change in those who were in there. And they know. So now the next level is detox. Detox or detach. And everybody's, whoever's jumping in, we're going to all see you in there. But let me get back to the light codes, because I really want to share this point with y'all about the light codes. So this is what I'm explaining to you, is how it breaks down, how we break down the light codes. An important thing to know about this, how can I explain this fifth dimension? We were talking about processing the light codes. We were talking about alchemizing. The way we deal with certain things in our life is, and I had to point out, well, because you're not alchemizing, that quickly. And what affords you the ability to alchemize quickly are those who have least wounds. Because when you are removing the densities and removing the wounds, then you are elevating your intel. And this is the way that I broke it down. Your intel is what type of soul you are. Are you a fifth dimensional soul? Are you a 3D, 4D? What processing do you have? Because it has to be compatible with the fifth dimension. So if you could look at it like this, for those of you who kind of understand the computers, it's like the fifth dimension is the 5D modem, right? Remember how everybody came 5G and they had, we got to change your modem. It got to be 5G compatible. We got to be 5D compatible. And so the way that it processes, the way our intel is us, is how we process information. So for us to be more compatible, for us to be quicker in your alchemy, that depends on what kind of intel you are. Now our modem, I'm gonna say it again, our modem is 5D. We are in the fifth dimension. If you have a 3D intel, it is harder for you to process the light codes. It's harder for you to alchemize quickly, because your intel processor is slower than what the modem is. It does not match the modem. For those of you who are at, let's say, a fourth dimensional level, you may be within, your soul may be at a fourth dimensional level, then you can process quicker than those who are at a 3D. But those who at 5D process even quicker than you. So it is about where you are in your intel, and what makes your intel a quicker processor is how you remove the densities in your mind-body complex. The more densities you remove, the more wounds you remove, the more you speed up your intel. You evolve from a 3D intel to a 4D intel to a 5D intel. Now you are moving at the speed of light. Your light speed is speeding up. Ashe. Taught on out tell. Dr. York. Oh, I've heard of him, but I'm not sure I know. Not sure if I know much about him, but I've heard that name, Dr. York. Are you Cash? It's KW. Yep, that's me. Blooms, you found me. That's it. Ashe. And so it speeds up depending on how you're removing the resistance. That makes you have a faster intel, right? And some people, as I was saying, some people may even have a 6D intel, and they're processing even quicker than those who have a 5D. So not because our modem is at 5D, we have to be at 5D. Some souls are 6-dimensional souls. Some are 7-dimensional souls. We may even have some 8 and 9-dimensional souls, that are here. So we tend to process things a little bit faster. I'm somewhere between a 6 and 7, probably more of a 7. Right? And so that means we can alchemize quicker. The light codes that we get from the sun, because the earth is at 5th dimension, because the earth is a 5D modem, the information comes to us through that level. The solar flares, the sun, which is our server, gives us 5th density light. And that's why it's too much for a lot of people, because if you have an intel of 3D or 4D, 4D is better. You can manage with 4D, but if you have an intel of 3D, it's a little bit harder. Those light codes, when they start beaming, we get in. Imagine you being a 3D intel, and the light codes that we are getting from the sun are fifth density light. You cannot handle the fifth density light. That's why your life is feeling the way that it feels if you are a 3D, three-dimensional soul. So you're being called to evolve out of that into a fourth dimensional soul, into the fifth. I perfectly, you want to get comfortably, you want to be a fifth dimensional soul, but even fourth dimensional souls are doing much better right now. So the more you do your soul work, the more you go through these densities, is how you speed up your intel. And when you speed up your intel, you're moving at a faster speed of light that matches the 5D modem, that matches 5D Earth. Those who are building the 5D Earth, most of those who are building the 5D Earth are fifth dimensional souls, because they are taking in information at that level. They can handle it, and they can handle it in their, they almost hit the dog. They almost hit the dog. Look at that. The hit dog always hollers. Oh! But they ain't get him. They didn't get him. All right, so let me see if you have any questions. Anybody have any questions on the detox to detach question? Oh, yep, right there. Question: what does a subconscious mind have to do with manifesting? Oh, everything. Everything. This is why I do the soul work with the full moon. It helps us tap into the subconscious mind, because you could be wanting to manifest things, and your subconscious mind will be your biggest block. Because remember, it's under. You're not consciously aware of it. So you're doing a lot of unconscious behavior that are outside of your coming out of your subconscious mind, but you're not aware of it because it's happening subconsciously. So you can't even see that the damage is really coming from you. Some of the things that we're asking for and we want to manifest, we can't, because our biggest block is what's sitting in our subconscious mind. You know how people say out of sight, out of mind? That is a lie when it comes to the soul and the spirit and what we're talking about now. That is such a lie and a setup for failure for the fifth dimension, for the Aquarian age, for those on the ascension time. It doesn't matter how much information that you're getting. It doesn't matter. If you do not release, if you do not get into that subconscious, go fishing in the subconscious, or as I like to say, go mining. Just like people mine for gold and mine for diamonds, we need to be mining in our souls. That's what I call mining your soul's business for real. We need to be going deep and mining our soul's business. Go find out what is there that you are not aware of at the surface level in your conscious phase of mind. Because it has a big deal to do with why there are blocks inside of you. Those wounds that are hiding there, they're in your subconscious. And you operate unconsciously out of your subconscious. Let me say that again. We operate unconsciously, unaware, unconsciously out of our subconscious mind. Everything in your life, world, and affairs is pressed out of the subconscious mind into the body, and the body is your life, world, and affairs. So the subconscious has a lot to do with a lot of the blocks that people have. So when I do this full moon work, every time I do it quarterly, 4 times a year. I've been doing this since 2021, and every time I do it, somebody's always saying, damn, I didn't know that was there. Yeah, because it was sitting in your subconscious and you haven't dug that deep. You haven't intentionally dug that deep. And so I do it with the full moon. The full moon makes it easier, because the full moon is a cosmic spotlight. It highlights, because it brings up your emotions. It brings up the waters in you. It brings up the waters of the earth, like the ocean tides, they rise. The tides in you, they rise. So these emotions come up in you easily every month, readily, for you to grab it and alchemize it, for you to transcend it. And that is how you push up the intel of your soul. If you do something like this every month, see, some people have a full moon and they just do full moon rituals. And that helps a little bit. I'm not going to say it don't help at all. But if you're not intentionally taking that time to really go into the soul and ask certain questions, there are certain tools that I provide in the workshop that really help you dig deep. It's almost like while the window is open, grab what you could grab and work with it in the right way. A lot of times people are just say, oh, I did my full moon release, I wrote down what I want to release, and it helps, but it's more at a surface level. It doesn't really go that deep, but little by little it is helping. At least you're doing something. But if you want to really get to the nooks of the crook, if you want to really quicken yourself to this process, speed up your intel, all of that, if you really want to do that, you're going to have to do a little bit more than just writing a release, lighting some sage, having a spiritual bath, um, putting your crystals under the moon, putting your water under the moon. These are all great things. I'm not knocking it. I'm simply saying you really got to do a little bit more. You got to be real active participants in your soul, right? Can you describe the context of the detox, meaning what is the center focus and how long? Okay, good question. The center focus is detoxing your mind and body. It's really removing the densities by working a different process, by giving your body a break. Let me say it that way. By giving your body a break from processing foods in that way, in order to open your mind up to processing what needs to process through your soul. Your mind is your soul. We're not talking about a brain, the organ. We're talking about the mind. It is your soul. So this is ultimately helping you to give the body a break in order to open the access to the mind and the soul and allow light codes to flow through more efficiently and effectively. That is the gist of it. And there's much more that we're doing. We're processing emotions, because in the process of it, I'm teaching you all to check yourselves when you're eating certain foods, what to basically watch your own mind. Why am I craving that? Why do I want that? Like you're being like a watchman. While you're in the detox, you are being like a watchman for your soul, and you're watching everything that comes up, because the moment you stop eating certain foods, other things just come up. Like your cravings get louder, because your body goes through withdrawal. Your mind body complex goes through a withdrawal, because it's like, wait a minute, we not having this. Oh, we start to it feels icky, it feels uncomfortable at first. It's 7 days, because we're doing it tomorrow, and we're leading with that, we're guiding with that straight into the 8-8 Lions Gate, and that's 7 days. So on the 7th day, where we're going to have the activation transmission. So for those of you who truly do this and truly align with this, I'm telling you, you're going to feel different in that activation. Your activation is going to be more potent, more integral with the light codes. You're going to feel different sensations. It's going to be deepened. It's not just going to be, oh, I did an activation. When you do the detox and you do it with integrity within you, because everybody's at different paces, and you'll see, for those of us who meet in it, I'll explain that some more. We're all at different paces, and it's to be patient and kind with yourself and understand how you are watching the foods that you eat, right? And it's not to stop you from eating. In the detox, you can eat as much as you want, right? But it's what you're eating. So what we're taking away from, what I can tell people off rip, no meats, no sweets, no carbs. No meats, no sweets, no carbs, because these are things that the body has to work hard to break down. So no potatoes. I know some people will be like, but potatoes are a vegetable. Potatoes are carbs. No rice. Rice is carbs, right? No beans. I know a lot of vegetarians, like I get it, because as a vegetarian, when I first understood this detox, I was like, but why can't I eat this? Like vegetarians eat this. It's not about being a vegetarian. It's not about being a vegan. This is about clearing your mind body complex to acclimate these light codes, to integrate these light codes. It is about giving your body the break from having to work so hard to break down these, process these foods. These are foods that you have to work to process and break down. So you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. You can eat as much of it as you want. This is not, it's not a fasting from, it is a detox. So if you want to have vegetables, fruits all through the day, whenever you hungry, grab one, grab one. You don't got to hold off like you're fasting. You can eat as much of these light code foods as you want. That's what we're doing in the detox, right? So, and I'm giving a little bit to some of you here right now, in case you don't make it in the detox. This is, what I can tell you. There's more to this, but at least I'm giving you this so you know what we're doing. No coffee, no soda. These are things that blocks your light codes. Teas. If you want something warm, you drink teas. As soon as you get up, you drink lime water, lime and hot water only. There's something in that that clears up all the mucus, right? You'll find that after doing that for about a week, you're gonna, or maybe within the week, you'll start, like, you'll have a lot of, like, you'll be spitting up in the morning, like when you get up. Those of you who know about like being pregnant, you're gonna be like, damn, am I pregnant? If you're a woman, like, am I pregnant? Why am I spitting so much? No, your body is getting rid of the mucus, right? Because you're not eating certain foods, and then you're only doing this every morning, first thing when you get up, right? Let me see. Outel being more free from the matrix. Yep. The outel. I like how you said that. Outel. Yes, we are intels, but we outel being more free from the matrix. I like that. I like that. Let me see. Message. Thank you, Ty. Ty said message. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Me, what does it say? Me love? I think that's what it's saying. I don't have on my glasses. Pisces vibe. That's right, because we in the spiritual windows right now. We getting the spiritual, we just came out of North Node Pisces, fresh out of that. So some of that is still reverberating. Some of us really got that spiritual maturation with Pisces North Node, as well as with Third Eye Atlas amplifying that North Node activation. How many of y'all know about Third Eye? Drop a Third Eye drop a 3-eye Atlas in here. Let me see who's aware of Third Eye Atlas. I'm not going to really go into it. I just want to know who's aware. Let me see who's, because when I ask people, not many people are aware of Third Eye Atlas. And it came and went. It came and went. It's still in our solar system, but it's on its way out. It already passed Jupiter and it's on its way out. But it was real active with the Earth for 6 months, with the Earth and the inner planets, upgrading our entire solar system. Let me upgrade you, introduce you to some new things. Upgrade you. Can we upgrade you? Where am I from? Yep. See, we got 3-eye Atlas, Third Eye Atlas. Who else knows about Third Eye Atlas? Okay, never heard of it. Ty, look it up. You're going to want to know about Third Eye Atlas, because it was doing some work. It was amplifying really amplifying the spiritual maturation, which is what North Node in Pisces was. While we were in that nodal axis, South Node in Virgo, North Node in Pisces for the past 18 months, in the last 6-month ecliptic window, because the nodes are affiliated with the eclipse, y'all. That's why we're having an eclipse coming up in Leo, because what? Our nodes just shifted into Leo and Aquarius. So our next eclipses are going to be in Leo and Aquarius. After this eclipse window, the next one is going to be 6 months from now in Aquarius. Right? So in the last 6-month window from Virgo, so this is to show you how it was really amplifying our nodal axis from Virgo, from September, from Virgo all the way to Pisces in March. Third Eye Atlas was in our interpersonal space in our solar system, including having a perihelion with our sun. It was having close encounters with each one of our planets, from the sun all the way out to Jupiter. And this was a process where it was activating. This was consciousness, right? When you look it up, you're going to see people were talking about it. People were talking about Third Eye Atlas. The government was trying to scare people, talking about it's an alien and oh, we don't know if we need to set up, deploy something to fight it, all kind of crap. Oh, it has strange gases that it's letting off. They were seeing that the gases it was letting off was not one of the things they found was not from Earth. Of course not, because it's not from Earth. But either way, between those 6 months, this was the last part from Virgo to Pisces that was amplifying our spiritual maturation, which is what we need to be where we are right now, to be where we're going, to help us before we shift, before the North Node shift into Aquarius, which is what it just did now. We need a spiritual maturation so that our next level, we are more successful in our next level, which is North Node in Aquarius. True humanity, the true timeline collective, helping usher us into the Aquarian age. So look into Third Eye Atlas if you can, because it is the cosmic messenger. Yes, Ashe, that's what I called it, the cosmic messenger. And so that was what was happening around that time. And this is why, and since it left and had its energetic seal, some of you were in this seal in March, even if you never heard of it. It depends on what you were doing and things that were happening in your life and how you were processing certain things in your life, world, and affairs. Some of you were sealed in this energetic seal. And ever since March, things have never been the same. Ever since March, things have never been the same. And if this is you, drop a 3 in the chat for Third Eye Atlas. Drop a 3. If this is you, if this is somebody who you know ever since March, you kind of felt this shift, you even shifted out of things with your family. Like there are some things with your family that you were like, that's it. Some of us just felt it now on a whole nother level and a whole nother degree. But in March, something really shifted and you were sealed in this energetic seal in a certain type of way. And that's why everything is aligning for you right now in this type of way. You have prepared yourself. If you were, let me put it this way, if you were sealed in that seal, you are the ones who are within this 9-month gestation that we're in, from Aries to Sagittarius. You are the ones that are birthing right now, right? Everybody on this planet is experiencing these things, but we're not all experiencing it in the same way. Not everybody has been sealed in the seal, but the seal happened. Not everybody is in the birthing of these 9 months, but I can tell you this, if you were sealed, you're in the birthing. You are birthing the new earth. So you have a job to do. So there's certain things that are happening to you right now. Ashe, I see the 3s. So you have a job to do right now. This is why you're being called out more. Whatever you saw in March, it was amplified even now recently, so that you can be sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being affiliated in that way. It is now time to fully walk away. And I'm not saying never see them again, but you're leaving in a way that you've never left before. That's it. And you are setting up yourself and aligning yourself to be on the assembly line, to be one of the builders of the 5D, the new earth, next level of the 5th dimension. You are one of those that are going to be helping to build the light colonies, the collaborations that are needed to build the light colonies. That's the phase and the stage that we're in right now. Because this is those who are successfully going to acquire this North Node in Aquarius. These are the ones who are going to be the true builders of the light colonies in 5D at this point in time. Because we are the ones that are finding the true collective. Those of us that are right here, finding each other right here and now. And this is why when you find the true collective, this is not time just to watch us on social media. This is a call. When y'all see me come on, this is a call. I'm calling to the true ones. It ain't for everybody. but I'm calling to the true ones. This is a call that if this is for you, if you hear me saying certain things and you know that this resonates with you, it is time to be collaborative. It is time to, now you're realizing you were pulled out of that false matrix family so that you can know your true starseed family and then begin to do the true work on the true timeline. But it's not going to be done if we don't come together. And we're not going to come together if we don't know our true selves. We're not going to find a true collective if we can't extract our true self. South Node in Leo wants us to extract our true self so that we can find the true collective, North Node in Aquarius. That's what's going to be happening for the next 18 months. Effectively. It's happening now, effectively, immediately. And what you do now is going to prepare you for the next 18 months. So preparation is at hand. Who are you paired with? We are preparing, pairing ourselves before. Pre meaning before. Pair, P-A-I-R. We are pairing ourselves with our star seeds. We are pairing ourselves with true timeline. We are pairing ourselves with divinity before. This is a pre-pairing. So if this resonates with you, these are not the times for us just to be like, oh, this is nice, good information. For some people, hey, that's where you are. But for some who've been sitting and going, man, where's my starseed family? Hello? Do you hear the call when the call happens? Ashe, I see you. I'm here. That's what I'm talking about. The ones that are here, let's go. It's time for the light colonies to go up. Those who, what did Yeshua say? Those who do the work of my Father with me is my family. Not my mother and brother that y'all telling me my mother and brother outside. Oh, I don't got nothing to do with that. Love them, but I don't got nothing to do with that. Right now, my work is the work that I do with my family. And that means for those of us, this is not a spiritual club. The community that we're building, right, this is not a spiritual club. That means when you're called, when there are certain alignments in the stars, you hear the call. You know what to do, and you know to put that first. I'm doing what I'm doing now. My family's on the back burner. My children, all of that, they're on the back burner. Well, I mean, I'm making sure they get what they need, food, whatever. But anything to do with any other extracurricular, whatever, no. Right now, I'm on my soul work. I'm doing the workshops. I'm doing these videos with you all. Like, all of this takes time, and my children get put on the back burner. And I don't feel bad about that. There's no guilt. There's no nothing. This is a 5D household. They know what time it is. When it's time to get on the light grid, they know what time it is. Why am I saying this? Because some of you who are ready to do this work, I'm saying, are you really ready? Because it means sometimes putting your family on the back burner. That's why we had to be dealing with what we dealt with family, because now it's time for you to pull out and know to stop making these people an obligation, a priority. Your priority is your starseed journey. Your priority is your soul, your soul journey, your soul unfolding journey that your spirit carved out to be here to do, not to get caught up, not to get caught up with the false matrix, not to get caught up with bloodline and family and friends. And this is not what we came here to do. We're waking up because it's time to do the work. And for us to really be effective in our work, we got to detach. That's why I do the detox, to detach. This is why this process is helping you to detach even further. I'm not saying love anybody any less. I'm not saying you can't see them, but how are you seeing them? How are you integrating with them? And do you make your starseed family a priority? That means if we got work to do, like now, detox to detach, if you got an engagement within this week and you don't drop that for the detox to detach, you're not fully ready. I'm just saying, I'm being honest. You still got some stuff to clean up. You still got some attachments there, right? And that's how I put it. If this is more important and my light codes is more important, then to hell with any other engagement that I got. Oh, but I promised a friend I'm going to go have dinner. Friend, I'm not going to be able to make it. Family member, I'm not going to make it. I don't need to give you no explanation. I'm on my light grid activation. If that's all you need to know, you don't know nothing about it. I don't got time to explain it to you. It's light grid time. I'm on my soul journey. I'm not finna make your birthday party. Oh, but you said you was coming. I know I'm not coming. That's not a priority for my light grid activation. That's not a priority for my soul ascension. This is what I mean. If you're not really ready for that, can see some people don't see that. So I'm removing that blind spot out the way for y'all. Some people join things and they be like, oh, but like it's a club. Like, oh, I'm gonna be there, but I got something to do. Okay, go do that. That's you'll see how it makes a difference. That's you interrupting your own light codes. It's not doing me a favor. It's not doing the divinity. If you're not doing anybody a favor, it's you interrupting your own light codes for something that you made a priority over your light grid integration, your light code integration. So what I'm saying to you, I'm not telling you nothing that I don't have to face myself. I'm not belittling anybody. I'm not making nobody feel bad, but I'm bringing the truth to you. If you're not ready to do this, then you're just not ready, or you'll find out. You know how they say, fuck around and find out. You'll fuck around and find out. Right? So to whom much is given, much is required. To those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Those who have eyes to see, let them see. You will be a quicker alchemizer if you clear your intel, if you remove densities and you remove wounds. That's how you speed up your intel and make your processor more compatible with the fifth dimension. This is all a part of that. Right? So I'm gonna close out with that because it's time for me to get in my meeting. Last day of the meeting. I really wasn't gonna do no lives today, but because the detox is there and Spirit was like, go ahead and do it because some may need to hear it. Somebody may need this. So I'm sharing it with y'all. For those of you who send whatever you're sending, we start tomorrow. I will email you. When you email me, I'll email you the link. I'll send you the link and we will be meeting tomorrow. I'll give you the link and the time. Ashe. So any questions, any comments before I go out? Thank you all who were coming here. Those who signing up, I'm going to see you in the detox. The true 144 ascendants and star seeds that align with this Sirius star seed right here, Kemetically inclined and all of that. It's time to raise the light grid. You know what time it is. And for those who see you, I will see you in the detox, the detach. Remember, it is whatever donation you want. I have no price on this. You price it. You set the tone. You do what you need to do. Right? Or what works for you. Ashe, you're welcome. I'll see you all up and up. Get into this meeting. I'm here. Web, I see you. You are welcome. Thank you for your presence. Your presence was greatly appreciated. And I'm about to go into this detox. So to prepare you all for tomorrow, first thing in the morning, drink before you even get up and brush your teeth. First thing in the morning, lime water. If you don't have limes, get up and run to the store real quick and get you some limes, right? Lime and lemon. And if you can't get it, at least have tea first. Like have some kind of tea first thing in the morning. No coffee, tea. Right? And then you can have a smoothie, have some fruits. We're doing smoothies. Do green smoothies if you can. No sweets. Use some bananas. Bananas are natural sweeteners. Drop a banana in there. It will taste just fine. You don't need no sweetener. All right? Remember the sweets. Your body got to process these sweets. So I'm giving you the best that you can, right? Warm water, hot water. Yeah, I do hot water. I boil hot water on the stove. And yeah, no microwave, y'all. Don't microwave it. Do your best not to microwave any of your foods while you're in the detox, at least. You don't want those blocking your codes either. So water on the stove, warm it up, preferably bottled water, not tap water out the pipe, bottled water. Boil that. Squeeze your lime in it. You could drop a hint of cayenne. I usually drop a little hint of cayenne in there every morning, first thing in the morning for these next 7 days. But I'm giving you so that you can start your day because we don't meet till later on in the evening. So just to give you something to start your day with, to know what to start your day with. Start with that. No meats, no sweets, No carbs, no meats, no sweets, no carbs. We going straight in. Usually when I do a detox, we kind of transition in, but we're going straight in. No meats, no sweets, no carbs, no potatoes, no pastas, no rice, no beans. Vegetables only that are not carb vegetables, if that makes sense. Fruits, you can have it all through the day. Fruits and vegetables all through the day, right? And I'll explain more when we get into detox, but that's just to get you through, the first day. You might be like, what do I do for the first day? That's what you're going to do. First thing, lime and water. Right after that, I usually have a tea after my lime and water, because when you're going into like a fast and a detox, warm water or something warm always settles the stomach, and it kind of holds back, the hanger, right? It holds back the angry hunger, right? Because we go through withdrawals, especially if you're just going cold turkey into a detox tomorrow. Your mind body complex may give you some kickback. So to be kind and gentle with it, to soothe it, even all throughout the day. It don't gotta just be tea in the morning. All throughout the day, if you feel a little bothered, if you feel a little like I'm hungry and I don't know what to eat, it does that to you. You get angry. You get angry hungry. I call it hangry. Okay? So you may want to just be calm, have some more tea. I sometimes have tea all through the day, especially in the first couple of days. Them first 1 to 3 days be kind of rough. Have some tea. Be patient with yourself. All right? And we'll talk about more. We'll break down more in the detox, but that's just to start you out and to know what to eat and what not to eat. Ashe? So see you all there, right? What about yams? Nope, no yams. No yams, no ma'am, no ham, no spam, no yams. God damn. No yams. That's carbs too. No yams. All right. So with that said, I know, right? No yams. No ma'am. So peace, love, and light. I will see you all, those who are to be in the detox tomorrow. I'll see if I could do another live tomorrow. Maybe, speak to some people earlier who may have not gotten this message today, if spirit guides me to. All right. Peace, love, and light. Going into the meeting now. Meeting now. We're going into